Alright, hey guys, it's your boy. We are back with another VGC ranked double battle versus Jay. And Jay's running Excalibur, Gargonackle, our boy, Go Dang Go, Meowscarada, Mimikyu, and Tauros. While we are actually having our Garchomp, Gyarados, Tyranitar, Meowscarada, Rotom, and our own Salamence. And I'm starting Gyarados and Salamence for the sole reason that I can get 2 Intimidates down, because he has 5 physical attackers, and none of them really have anything to benefit if I use Intimidate, like Defiant. They could have like Covert or some type of Cloak to bypass it, but it's you don't really see that often. Also, the Goldango start, if he did wind up going that, or if he does, I have Crunch on my Gyarados, and my very own Salamence does have Heat Wave and Steel Terra if he is just Dazzling Gleam for some for some reason. The Gargonackle start is very scary, just because the Salt Cure, Iron Defense, but we do have super effective moves against it. It's very the defensive Terra, and him clicking Body Press. That's the threat. Nonetheless, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this match against Jay. Our boy Jay is going to actually end up going Tauros and Excalibur, while I'm going to go, obviously, my Gyarados and Salamence. We get the double Intimidate off while he gets his own Intimidate off with his Tauros Water Paldea version. That's what we're going to call it. That is what it's called from now on. So both his mons are now -2. Don't really fear it as much. Like, how much damage can his Excalibur -2 really do to me as a Salamence? But I'm just going to opt to protect and just go Draco Meteor, Steel Terra into his Excalibur. And for this, the reasoning for this is Gyarados is protected, so don't have to worry about the Icicle Spear. And if he wants to use the Dragon type move that he has, Excalibur has, I'll be a Steel type and I'll resist it, or I'll do neutral. And if he ends up using the Icicle Spear, still do a lot of damage. I feel like the Icicle Spear, if it gets all 5 hits, I will still be able to manage the type of damage output that he doing to me. Excalibur protects. Draco goes through, and he actually ends up just double protecting. Tauros' tail looks so weird. Look at it. Looks like a Sharingan. We're gonna actually just end up using Heat Wave here. Hit both mons. I'm not really fear of his passive ability. If I'm not mistaken, it's Thermal Exchange. Yeah, Thermal Exchange. Excalibur's ability, where if you use a fire type move, it gets stronger. I don't know if it's attack raise or special attack raise, but I take out my Gyarados for the factor that it is -1. Even if I Dragon Dance, it would just be faster. So I can just send out my Rotom and get a clean slate. And he's just gonna opt to double protect, send out his Goldango that's coming into like a Heat Wave. Man, did not look at the forecast. Heat Wave goes through, gets it to half health, and takes out the Mimikyu's Disguise. This was a big play, or big section of this game. Shadow Ball goes through, and we're gonna honestly opt to hit Goldango with it, and just click Heat Wave again, and hopefully be able to not miss. Is it 90? That 90% chance, that 10% chance beat. They be performing. Shadow Ball goes through, takes out the Goldango, while his Mimikyu ends up protecting. Alright. Nothing. And what does he have in the back? He has the Tauros in the Excalibur, fresh off the press. But I do still have my Gyarados, and I'm going to just opt to switch out my Salamence this turn. That way I can get the Intimidate drop and be able to unleash another Intimidate drop with my Salamence again. Tauros does intimidate, but it doesn't really matter since I do have both special attackers. And I learned something new. This Tauros is a fighting type, if I'm not mistaken. Which is very weird, if I must say so myself. Intimidate goes through, -1 for both of those two. Mimikyu and the Tauros. He's going to opt to use his Terra on his Mimikyu, and it's going to be Terra Ghost. So he's trying to hit something hard with that stab. Well, I would figure it's Shadow Sneak. Oh, Shadow Ball goes through with our Rotom. If I had to guess, it would have been Shadow Claw or Shadow Sneak. Shadow Sneak would have went first. So obviously use Shadow Claw. It was the second fastest on the field. Our Rotom kind of eats that. None. Close Combat goes through Gyarados. Doesn't do that much damage because he is a water and flying type. While Tauros gets both of that defense and Spadef drops. Go into the Mimikyu and switch out with my Salamence to get the double Intimidate. And he's just going to opt to cancel battle. And that was our third game. If you've been liking this, like and subscribe. Since that game was a little bit shorter than the rest, I will be hitting you up with another video. So stay tuned. And here comes the next battle. Yeah! Climbing like the speed of light. Alright, we're back with another VGC battle versus Noah. And he is running Indeedee, Murkrow, Armorogue, Meowscarada, Annihilate, and Mousehold the Mob. Alright, the tax collectors, the debt collectors. Well, you already know the team I'm running. Garchomp, Gyarados, Tyranitar, Meowscarada, Rotom, and our own Salamence. Right here, his team can literally go both ways, fast or slow. Like, he has the Tailwind, stop the priority moves, and be able to set up Trick Room. So it's a very interesting position that I'm in. Even though he does have like pretty fast Pokemon, if not fast Pokemon, on his team. Armorogue and Indeedee have been the bane of my existence since I've been playing on ranked or online. Dondozo hasn't really been that much of a problem. But it's just these two of them having Psychic Terrain and Armorogue just being able to hit extremely hard with Expanding Force, being able to turn into a Grass type, and obviously covering its weakness, and the Armor Cannon can hit very hard too. Nonetheless, we will start out with Tyranitar and Garchomp, just in case he does want to just start off with the Indeedee Armorogue combo. So right here, I'm going to honestly opt to use Rock Slide, and I should have protected with my Tyranitar. Let me explain why. I feel like when people see Tyranitar, they see something that possibly can hit hard, but it most likely won't, and it's a pretty free kill. It's a Dark and Rock type, or if not Rock, Dark. So it's kind of weak. He gets off the Tailwind, and the Protein Grass type Flower Trick, which will always crit, it's about to come down and just smites him. And this is why I'm like, I should just bring Tyranitar, one, to get the sand up, obviously, and two, use it just to bait the players, because I feel like they just tunnel on it, because he's just like a turtle upside down, chilling on the stage if he's obviously in a terrible matchup. So, nonetheless, I should have used Protect there on Tyranitar. It spilled milk. And I'm trying to scoop it up back in my hands, putting it back in the carton to pour into the bowl, then get my cereal. So it's a whole process right now. We're gonna end up using U-turn into his own Meowscarada while protecting with our Garchomp, because we have Protect this turn. Might as well use it. I don't really believe that his Murkrow and Meowscarada will be a threat. And what are the chances that he will U-turn himself? He's probably locked into the Flower Trick. And that's what it's really looking like right now. Goes into the Garchomp. Foul Play goes into the Garchomp also. Here, I'm like, I could have got chip damage, but Garchomp is obviously a big threat now that he doubled into it. He sees it as a something that they'll put a little A little stick in his cogwheel. You know? I send out my Rotom while he sends out his... What are you gonna send out? He's gonna end up sending out his Armorogue. I'm gonna opt to just press Shadow Ball into his Armorogue and just click Rock Slide to hit both of his Mons on the side of the field. I really foresee a Expanding Force coming my way, or an Armor Cannon since the Psychic Terrain is not on the field. I don't know if that was Rock Slide. Actually gonna switch out and bring out his Indeedee. So this was literally the worst case scenario. He's got the speed and he's got his room up, or he can set up his room. It's like it's a possibility. And he is the Grass Terra. I do have to note, if I just click Trick here, I think it would have been very detrimental to his gameplay. Just with both Mons. One, I would have made his Armorogue faster, or at least one Mon faster and go last. And he would have been stuck with this Expanding Force, and I just switch out my Meowscarada. And hopefully my Meowscarada is able to carry the game. Right now, I'm debating if I want to use Crunch into his Armorogue or get the Indeedee out the way, but we are currently in a very bad position. Our start was not the most optimal. We're going to actually opt to switch out our Garchomp into our Meowscarada, and for this, because we see the Expanding Force, because why not? Why would he not just click this button? Situation. It's huge amounts of damage. It hits both Mons. But I foresaw that, protects with my Garchomp, and it doesn't affect my Meowscarada. But he gets his Trick Room up, and I wasn't paying attention to the turns of Tailwind. To be honest, I just thought this game was set in stone. He was the fast one. I understand you the fast one. I get it. Ooh. Dang, the sand actually procs him into his Citrus Berry, and the opposing team's Tailwind petered out. Yeah, and right now I'm just debating if I really have, what type of options do I have to take an Armor Cannon, because he will not use Expanding Force, and we know he's not choiced or anything, because actually there's a chance that he could be choiced. See, only click that one button. I'm going to just opt to Earthquake and hit both, and my Rotom will just be floating, you know, levitating. Like, why are y'all shaking down there? Just see them all just have wobbling knees. I sent out my Rotom. Rotom knows what is about to come his way. I end up using my Terra. Big Terra Kings. And right now I'm praying that I'm able to like miraculously OHKO his Armorogue. The Indeedee uses Follow Me. The Armor Cannon pulls through, goes into the Rotom, and he gets obliterated, even though it's not very effective. So with this defense and Spadef drop, I am praying that I am able to take this guy out. very effective. And I think right here is where I also make a big, like, misplay. Because, look at me. I went straight to the wall with it. Sucker Punch. Earthquake. I'm going to win this game. And boom, there it goes. You cannot use any priority moves in Psychic Terrain. You cannot use any priority moves in Psychic Terrain. Remember that. I use Sucker Punch. It gets canceled by the Psychic Terrain. And that's why I think the, I guess it just doesn't work that way. Like, if a mon is just Prankster, it would just go through the speed. Like, the normal speed route. So I take out his NDD. And now he just has this Armor Rogue and Murkrow left. The Heal Pulse was a very, very cool thing to see. I don't really see that often. And I can really only quick EQ into this man, and hoping that he doesn't have, like, Terra Blast, or even, like, Expanding Force would just do. He ends up using Haze. So now he's back to normal. All stat changes were eliminated. And Expanding Force goes through. And I am taken out of the game. Very, like, lessons were learned. The Psychic Terrain lesson was learned. Don't be like me, kids. But nonetheless, very great battle against Noah. Like and subscribe. Follow. Leave a message about what was your favorite Taurus. And that is your boy. You're climbing the ladder. What we're gonna get off at is ranking. Okay. Bye. Yeah. Hey guys, it's your boy. We are back again with another VGC ranked double battle. And today we're going to be versing Jay, running a Baxcalibur Garganackle. This is like my second time doing this, bro. 16 whole minutes gone.